Yes. Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell. He serves on both the House Judiciary and Intelligence Committees. Congressman, thank you for being with us. I want to ask you
Thanks for having me back.
About the Democrats and the president disagreeing on just how badly or what type of border security is needed. Both sides do support border security, I know. So what could the president offer that would have you on board? Is it a certain number in terms of an amount of funds you're willing to put forward, or is it about how the funds would be allocated? Spell it out for us.
Yeah. The president does not want border security. He wants border theater, and that's been playing out here as he's been offered increases in Border Patrol agents, increases in technology, fencing where there are vulnerabilities, and enforcement on the visa overstays. But the president doesn't want to engage there because that does not fulfill the promise that he knows that he's not going to get, which is that he's going to build a wall, sea to shining sea, and that Mexico is going to pay for that. We're never going to go for that. The American people don't want that. And it turns out when it comes to effective security, Ana, that isn't going to stop the issue that we all believe we need to address.
He says he doesn't want a concrete wall anymore, though. He wants steel slats. And if you look at the pictures on the border, I mean, it seems incredibly similar to fencing we already have in some places. Does this create room for compromise?
If the president can articulate where he needs steel slats and why, and we can agree on facts, yes, there is an ability to compromise. But if he, the tweet that he put out earlier today, he is using the word wall. A wall, to me, is immoral between two allies. You don't want a permanent structure between two allies, especially when the facts play out. One, we have a net outflow of illegal immigration since 2008 in our country. More illegal immigrants are going from the United States to Mexico than the other way. And two, the majority of people who are here undocumented have overstayed their visas. That's an issue we should address, but a wall isn't going to do anything to stop either of those two.
I want to turn to the Russia investigation because you are on both the House and the Judiciary Committees, which the Intelligence Committee and the Judiciary Committee, both controlled by Democrats, obviously. Let's talk about the investigative priorities. Tell us the top 3 people who should expect summonses and the specific documents you want to get your hands on.
Well, I don't want anyone sitting on the edge of their seat waiting to see if they're going to get a subpoena from your show here, Ana. We don't do it that way, as entertaining as that would be. We're going to fill in the gaps on the Russia investigation to make sure that we, in this upcoming election, the presidential election ahead, protect our ballot box. And we believe we're still vulnerable to Russia intent. So we're going to fill in the gaps.
So where are the gaps?
So we want to understand the witnesses who refuse to testify because of different privileges that they asserted and invented. We want to, bring them in and put them under subpoena. Bank records, cell phone records, travel records that we sought from people like Michael Cohen, Roger Stone, Jared Kushner, and others. We would like to get those records. And then the money laundering that we believe exists between the Russians and the Trump organization, which, again, we were not allowed to pursue, we want to go there. And we believe that's the case because both Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump said that a lot of money, millions of dollars, was coming in from the Russians in the 2000s. And Deutsche Bank, the president's bank, was fined at that same period of time for laundering Russian money. So we think we have reason to look.
Trump Jr. called a blocked number shortly after he arranged that Trump Tower meeting. You'll recall Republicans had refused to issue a subpoena about the mystery call. But now that you guys are in power, do Democrats plan to subpoena those records?
Absolutely. And that would go to the president's knowledge because you have Donald Trump Jr. being offered dirt on Hillary Clinton. Then he makes a call, and on the phone record, it's a blocked number, and then he calls back to Russia. And so we know from other evidence that Donald Trump, his father, had a number that would come up as blocked, and that he was in the building at the time that Donald Trump Jr. was making these calls. So we have reason to look. Again, every time we learned evidence in the last 2 years that was illuminating, the Republicans would take out the shovels and bury it. For the sake of the American people and our investigation, we now can unearth that evidence and tell the American people what it means.
Some of your colleagues are already talking about impeachment. I know you're not there just yet. We know it is on the president's mind. 2 sources tell us in yesterday's meeting during a apparently profanity-laden tirade, the president brought it up and he directed his comments at Nancy Pelosi, alluding to that yesterday. Here's the president.
Well, you can't impeach somebody that's doing a great job. That's the way I view it. Nancy said, we're not looking to impeach you. I said, that's good, Nancy, that's good. But you know what? You don't impeach people when they're doing a good job.
You can't impeach somebody for doing a good job. Your reaction?
He shouldn't worry about us impeaching somebody who's doing a good job. But what he should worry about is that the last 2 years of having presidential immunity, where his abuses of power went just unchecked, those days are over. And we're not rushing to impeach, but we certainly are going to do our job. And if there is evidence that's there, we will build an airtight case, seek bipartisan buy-in, and make sure the American people know just what that means. And by the way, Ana, if this was Donald Trump justice, Donald Trump would be impeached already. He is so reckless with the facts that he would have thrown anyone that has done anything like what he's done out already. But we're not going to do that. We're going to give him a fairer investigation than he probably deserves.
I want to talk quickly 2020. Senator Elizabeth Warren announcing an exploratory committee this week. You said last year you were considering running, but you told me that decision will be based 100% on your family. And we saw you with your beautiful baby daughter on the House floor this weekend. We've got a picture of it up. Any announcements to make on our show?
We're getting close, Ana. Senator Warren, I'm thrilled, is in the race. I think other qualified folks will be in. This weekend, she is in my hometown, home county in northwest Iowa, where I was born. And I think it's important to run all over that state because we have to go to the rural areas, and I'm going to be going back there soon. But yes, a decision is forthcoming.
All right, Congressman Eric Swalwell, we hope you will save your announcement for my show when that time comes. Good to see you. You're always welcome back.
Thanks, Ana. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.